Hey, my fellow entity collectors, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Anomaly Death Cult, Episode 61, Sphered. As you can see, the current priority right now is Locust Armor, Ghouls, Xenogerm, with 2 M's, I don't know why, because I can't spell, I'm gonna go with I can't spell. The Noceosphere and 2 Gestated Obelisk. I have a very, very busy schedule. So let's start working on that in earnest. There were some other things I wanted to do as well. Okay, so another Mega Ghoul Xenogerm just got cooked up. There's a few other things that I would like to add to the Mega Ghoul Xenogerm, but for now it's as complex as it can be, so I'm pretty happy with where it is. So the other project I wanted to do is to make sure that slaves are not encouraged to rebel as often as they have been. So what I'm doing here is I'm building a weapons storage room so that we can store the weapons away from these slaves so that they aren't encouraged to rebel. Because now that we're cooking up Mega Ghoul, our ghouls are going to become more and more lethal. And as they become more and more lethal, anytime we have a slave rebellion, the slaves are far less likely to survive it. So it's going to be really important for us to keep the slaves as suppressed as possible and to keep weapons away from the slaves. Because this is what happens when they're around weapons. So Slave Rebellion interval 2 years, and then the second I step into this cabinet here, 32 days. Because beer bottles are technically a weapon, you can equip them as a weapon. So keeping the beer and the weapons away from these slaves is going to keep us, keep these slaves rather safer. So I'm finally getting around to making that weapons cabinet. We have skip abduction off cooldown, and I would like to run one now. I'm going to send these slaves in with Mike. Actually, Skyra, not you. Carthrain. Because Carthrain doesn't really do much else. And skip abduct another person into our lovely holding cell. Alright, and I'm being warned that the Noceosphere will resist suppression in 5 days. Don't worry, I'm on it. Now, some other research I want for the ghouls. Mega ghouls, I would say, aren't mega ghouls until we get specialized limbs with Power Claw. So, once hospital bed and vitals monitor is done, I'll get prosthetics and specialized limbs. I would like to hook up the ghouls with Power Claws to make them super duper stupid levels of lethal. Yeah, that's the technical term for what I'm going to do to them. Super duper stupid levels of lethal. You can quote me on that. And I cannot wait. Should be a lot of fun to have super lethal ghouls. So Crackhead is working on the Locust Armor. The other thing that we could perhaps do is to add drill arms to Daedora or Skyra. I could do like 1 drill arm each, because they do have a flesh tentacle. You could obviously remove their flesh tentacle, replace it with a drill arm, but I'd rather not make them... I'd rather keep them mutated. Who are you? You're the Berserker Chief? A psychically deaf psychopath. Alright. I think... if I can, I would like to rip scan you. But we need more plasteel for that. Because I need to rip scan at least 2 people. One, I would like a paramedic bot. So that means rip scanning for the paramedic bot. And then I'd also want a Diabolus, so, you know, some rip scans are needed. But before we do anything else, we are going to take your kidney, take your liver. I mean, lung. Ugh, you don't have a good heart. We'll take your liver when we're ready to kill you. I mean, you are 74 years old. I almost want to do a aging chronophagy. Is there anyone that could, like, be benefiting from a chronophagy? Crackhead's a little old. Not that old, he's only 40. I don't know, maybe we'll chronophage Crackhead and make the Berserker Chief we just grabbed super old. As there's something really funny about that to me. In a twisted, weird way. And there was a bulk goods trader. Alright, goose eggs can go. I'm just gonna buy components and advanced components. I know they're really expensive, but Crackhead's really the only crafter, and he is trying his best to keep up with demand, but it is demanding, right? He's on a struggle bus. I'll also buy the steel as well. I'm tempted to buy the plasteel, but it would bankrupt me. Let's see, is there any other... Oh, right, kidneys and lungs. Yeah, you know? Maybe I won't buy the plasteel. I'd rather have the silver. Because there's other things that we can do with the money. Oh, but I have all these corsets. Oh, yeah, you know what? And I have the stellar crown. Yeah, if I have a stellar crown to sell, I'm going to buy that plasteel. That will help with our Diabolus project. Alright, let's balance the budget. Sell off the things we don't want. And then make sure that we're not giving them free money. Because there's a lot of garbage that we can part with. Alright, that works. That was a huge trade. My goodness. That was a huge trade. And we got rid of that stellar crown that I don't really care for, so that's awesome. Alright, let's get the rip scanner going. I'm going to have Jazz go build that. That helps out a lot with all that extra plasteel. That should be enough, if I am not mistaken, to... that should be enough to make the Diabolus. Because Diabolus is 300 plasteel. Although the rip scanner takes 150, so we're probably going to need 450 total, and I only have 410 total, so I'm going to need to deep drill a little bit. But still, very happy about that. I'm going to reorder the... Oh, really? I'm not allowed to drag Kitty? That's so weird. Okay, now I can drag them. Oh, I found a bug. The last person in the list can't be dragged. Or like the second to last? I don't know what's going on here. These two can't be dragged, but Lord X can. Huh. Interesting. And I think it's anyone that gets put into this last position. Yeah, now Mike can't be dragged. Yeah. Well, bug found. Probably too far over? I mean, they shouldn't be. That was never a bug before. So that's a new one. And I don't like it. I mean, no one would like new bugs. Alright, so here's our little weapons cabinet, which will keep our slaves from doing naughty things. And you... Yeah, let's chronophage, because it will be really funny. So, I'm going to wait until the scanner is done, because once he's like 100 years old, he's going to die pretty quickly. So, yeah. Some other little improvements I want to do is just add wooden doors here. In case these walls break down, it helps to reduce the amount of damage to this area, airlocking it a bit. There we go. Start the scanner. Jazz, why didn't you grab all of the steel? Always confuses me when they grab, like, in this case, 41 of 50. It's like, but there was 50 sitting right there. Just do it in one run. It'd be so much easier. Okay. We are ready to rip scan Rhadamant. So in the morning, I will mess with Crackhead and have his age come down. Dave, you have not dehumanized? No, you have. You still are a recluse, though. I feel like inhumanization should probably fix the reclusivity, but I don't know, whatever. It's one of those things that maybe not mattered so much. All right, looking good. This is our lovely weapons closet, replete with beer and all weapons. And that way, these slaves are going to be far less likely to violently rebel as a result. Perfect. All right, Avalka. Avalka. Oh, no, actually, Crackhead has to be Invoker, right? And then... Oh, he cannot stand up. I need to wait for his Dark Shock to wear off. Okie dokie. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and scan Dosmi instead. And then we'll rearm it. Because I want at least 2 of the high cores. Looking good. So I am sitting at how much plasteel? Oh, 75? That's not true. 150 total plasteel. So it's going to be a little bit until we get the materials needed for the Diabolus. But at least we have the ball rolling. Yep, there goes Dosmi. Dosmi the Defector. And we'll continue to Xenogerm implant the ghouls one at a time so that I have at least 5 ghouls ready to fight. I might need to force haul the more delicate stuff, the components and the advanced components. We'll see. Doing a little bit of redesign in the hospital as well. Hospital/research room to make better room for hospital beds, because that's what we're researching right now. Yeah, the ghouls that are being redesigned are getting darker colored hair. Part of the Xenogerm that they are inheriting. Alright, now there's a lot of space for medical beds. And things are slightly more organized as well. Perfect. Alright, he's able to move, so let's chronophage. For fun. Crackhead. He's still not capable of walking? Really? You're capable of walking, come on now. I'll wait until he's like awake or something. I could always just... Oh, yeah, he's moving around. He's gonna regret moving around, I think. Okay, yes, I know he's a prisoner. Like, that's kind of the point. Okay, game's being stupid, so... Guess what, Mr. Prisoner? We are going to take your liver. Game doesn't want me to... Oh, you know what? Let's kill scan you instead. Yeah, I think it's probably the side deafness. I think you're right. And it was a bad tooltip that said he was, like, a prisoner, but that wasn't the actual case. It was that he's side deaf, so he can't be, like, murdered in that way. Yeah, it's not the ideology. It was surprising. I know, right? I really come to expect the ideology being the problem, but it wasn't this time. Alright, that's 2 down. And then once we have the plasteel, I can start gestating the Diabolus. Now, the Nesiosphere has 3 days before it becomes unstable. One of the things I was waiting on doing is I was going to see if I was going to get attacked just like normally by enemies. And if so, send the Nesiosphere out if the threat of the attack is large enough to warrant the sphere. And if it isn't a big enough threat, summoning a Diabolus threat myself. So that's the plan. And I think this is the last Mega Ghoul Xenogerman plant I need. Although I could be wrong about that, because... No, there's one here. So, Madzin, Brookie, and Lordex. I'm going to reorder them too. They kind of look like the Ringu or Ring Girl, you know? With the way their hair is and all. I'm going to change the dimensions of the base around a little bit. They're stylish. Yeah, they're kind of like a Nordic metal band. But they took it a little bit too seriously and drank the Kool-Aid or something. Oh, compacted machinery in here? Don't mind if I do. I did buy some granite, so we should be able to finish this wall in granite. And then I am phasing out this door. So I'm mining a tunnel so that we can get to the bugs more quickly instead. Meaning that this detector is not going to be needed. So I have a detector here. Let's reinstall this maybe here. Looking good. Unnatural healing is off cooldown. I don't think anyone needs that at the moment. I think everyone's nice and healthy. Except for, you know, Carthrain himself, but, you know, very little I can do about that at the moment. All right. Twisted Obelisk is ready to be used again. I don't think anyone actually needs to mutate. So I'm going to have Mike electively mutate. He's a brawler. Maybe he'll get a whip. Or tentacle. Another thing I'd like to do is execute one of my prisoners to maximize suppression. Because we have 3 slaves that are not max suppressed. So, let's get her around to doing that. Ivalka killing... Yeah. Time to go. Because this will change the slave rebellion interval, raising it up. It was awkward, but it doesn't really matter. Being present to an execution suppresses slaves. So now they have a slave rebellion interval of almost 6 years. And if I wanted to increase that even more, I could always give them, like, peg legs. The slower they move, the less likely they are to think that they can escape. Personally, I don't think that's entirely necessary, but, you know, we could always do that. Alright, I'm going to have 1 extra Mega Ghoul Xenogerm set up. And you're out of your coma in 12 hours. I'm trying not to have too many of the ghouls in a coma at one time. How does an execution be awkward? Well, historically, if you don't kill the person being executed in one swing, or if it takes multiple swings, it would be awkward. It's considered like a bad execution. So maybe that was the case. The Geosphere in 2 days. Got it. And slowly, our populace is getting Locust Armor. In fact, only Mike remains as a Locust Armor recipient. A serious faux pas? Yes. It was a big, a major slight. Slight of the axe. Okay, I have a decent amount of... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I have a decent amount of components and steel. Oh, that's not right. And steel, so I'm going to get some extra hospital beds made. Maybe I'll just do 1 extra for now. But then once I'm sitting on, like, an abundance of... Well, I have a lot of steel. I just don't have a lot of components. Is there a component mining site? There is not. Wow, that was a fun fact. Ah, if you say so. Probably not fun for the beheaded. Almost everything has been hauled in. The Geosphere is on a 1.5 day cooldown. Moxie's up, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till after the Geosphere is dealt with to Xenogerm implant another ghoul. Don't jump the gun. But yeah, that weapons closet should keep these slaves from being problematic. In fact, Skyra, I'm going to wake you up. A gold mining site. 241 I'll probably end up going to that if I have the time. So let's see. Slave. Yep, the stockroom doesn't have anything triggering Slave Rebellion interval. Perfect. One other thing that I could do, and maybe I'll have you guys hold on it, is give them better food. If they had better food, they would have a better mood. And if they had a better mood, they would be less likely to rebel. But maybe they don't deserve it. I don't know. It's up to you. All right. taking a look at what's going on. So yeah, Jazz. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to summon the Diabolists. We're getting really close to that Noosphere becoming a threat to us, so I think it's time to deal with it. And I didn't end up doing the chronophagy, because it didn't work. But it's not all that important. Crackhead's not that old. I just figured it'd be fun to see the dude get to be like 100 years old before execution. But he avoided it, because he was deaf. Alright, it's morning enough. Summoning the Diabolists. Mechs, come inside. Everyone else, inside. I don't need any. Oh, and also, Fish, close the maze doors. I don't need anyone getting Diabolist murdered. Alright, Abaka, send the Noosphere out to here. My guess is the Noosphere is going to lose miserably. So the other thing I want to do is to draw Flesh Beasts to it. As, like, backup. Why is time slowing down? Time slowing down implies that I'm under attack, but I'm not. And then I think another thing I want to do is let's open up this path here. You bet the Sphere will win? Oh, I'm pretty sure we'll lose. Diabolists are tough targets. And the Noosphere mostly deals in fire damage, which mechs don't care about. Like, this thing is a fourth dead, and this Diabolist hasn't even been touched yet. But who knows? Alright, so Fish Pickles has opened up the Dead Life Trap so that there's a valid path into the base. The sphere is down to about half health. Flesh Beast will be here in half an hour. I think that will be pretty good timing. They'll interrupt whoever wins. Now the sphere is hopping around fast enough that the Diabolists can't accurately get off their big shot, but the sphere is also not really damaging the Diabolists too much either. Alright, sphere has departed, and literally as it departs, Flesh Beasts are coming to back my play. Man, my timing is impeccable. Alright, and to pair that, let's go ahead and get some Shamblers too. And you guys think no fine meals for slaves. Got it. This is pretty evenly matched. So there's one signal chip. All the flesh beasts are dead. Or downed. There's almost nothing left. What I might end up doing is just attacking the mechs myself rather than to possibly wait for them to nuke holes in my base. Because I don't think the Shamblers are going to be here in time. And they're on the wrong side of the map. Look at that. Little cluster there. Shamble hug. Alright, there goes the other Dabbalists. And now there's just a Centipede and a Scyther, and then of course the threat of the Shamblers that I summoned myself. I'm going to just include down here as inside zone so that we can clean up and avoid the Shamblers. Cool. So if anything else attacks us, we just have Shamblers on the map tile that can, you know, kill the threat. It works for me. And with any luck, the mechs will shred down to some plasteel, helping us to actually get our own Dabbalists. That was a good fight. So the Neosphere, now that it is neutralized, I could take that off of the priority list up there. Ooh, Exoticus Trader. I might be able to buy even more plasteel. Oh, that sounds good to me. Lordex, it is now your turn to become a Mega Ghoul. Also, might want to change the fishbowl zoning to not ever step on the farmland so they don't track filth around. Filth is a result of going from a natural tile to an artificial tile, like from dirt to pathway or anything like that. And if you can avoid walking on dirt, you won't track in dirt into your base. I also want to change what I'm planting here. I'm going to plant a bunch of more hay grass after this current batch of stuff so that we have a lot of fire trap rearming. Alright, Jazz. It's time to go buy that plasteel. Hopefully they have... They have Death Rest Serum? Yes, please. Plasteel. Hulk Body. Strong Shooting. Fast, Poor Art. I think I already have Words of Inspiration. Nice, and all the organs that I've taken from people helping to pay for this. I could buy the drill arm. That might actually pay for itself if I put it in one of the slaves that behaves. So I'll do that. And Valka, you're drinking this one. So that you get your 4th glucosid pump, so that you move at like super speed. There we go. I just didn't want that in the door. Jazz, dismiss them. Hopefully they don't walk out towards the shamblers. That'd be bad. Thomas Rouse, thank you for the resub. It's crazy to me that they, like, the last thing to be hauled in is the signal chip. But one of the advantages of, oh, that's a drill arm. One of the advantages of the killing the 2 extra Diaboluses is I'll have more mech gestation processors, so I'll be able to gestate the Diabolus quicker, which is going to be nice. So, who gets the drill arm? Daedora has a greater passion in mining. But Skyra is sanguine and neurotic. So I'm going to give it to Skyra. So that's going to be a left arm drill arm. Got it. Neurotic is going to help with drill speed. Hostile is up to 260, so we're very close to the needed amount for the Diabolus. Or actually at 270. Hey, Jazz, go... Oh! That's a problem. We weren't allowed over here. Because it wasn't part of the inside of the base. Mobby. So I think all the stuff that we wanted to pick up, there's a few pieces of like slag chunk, but nothing that really matters. So I'm going to re-restrict the base again. I am going to allow them to come up here so that we can close down this entryway corner. I don't need that anymore. Mike, I don't think you ever mutated. I queued up him to mutate while he was sleeping, and he probably woke up and just, like, went to eat or something. Like they do. Alright, so that corner is now just a regular old base corner, not anything special. Good. Because we have this other alternative path into the bugs, and that actually just makes my life a little bit easier to control. Alright, you mutated a Flesh Whip. Good. That's what I wanted you to have as a brawler, so perfect. The 2 gestation processors are done. So now we have 3 of them. So we have essentially double gestation speed. And I think we have all the plasteel we need for the Diabolus. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Anomaly Death Cult, which originally streamed live on Twitch June 16th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow cultists.